Look at her. Oh, Iggy Azalea. Now, right after Drag Race, you did a big show with her. I remember that. I watched
I did 3.
3 of them?
Yeah.
Tell me about Iggy and you.
I opened for Iggy 3 times last year for her shows. Once in New York, once in San Francisco, and once in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Wow, the Brazil show, sweetie.
Yes.
That's the gig.
No, it was not the gig.
No?
I'm convinced that I got coronavirus there before everybody knew what coronavirus was.
Ooh.
I am convinced. I had gotten terribly ill.
Really?
After the gig, and I stayed awake for 3 days because I thought that I was gonna die. I was like, my mama, I don't need her trying to find my body. Like,
oh no.
I stayed awake for 3 days, but I was ill like everybody was. Like, harder breathing, like sweats. I had everything, and I went and saw 3 doctors after. I went and saw a doctor in Brazil, and they was just like, you have a cold. And I went and saw another doctor. They was like, you have food poisoning. And I saw another one. They was like, you got a respiratory infection that I've never seen before.
Wow.
So, she was a good girl. Iggy's a really good girl. Like, I think she appreciates my entertainment value.
Yeah.
Because each performance, I brought something completely different. In New York, I had backup dancers and everything. And San Francisco, I did a Whitney Houston medley in a gown and big ruffle coat, and she loved like that old school drag. She was like, it was so different. But she was like, I still had the audience intrigued. People know talent and they see it, and I think she saw it in me. I always challenged her on the mic. And other artists, major artists, like, don't use drag queens just for your personal gain. When we have issues, I need you to be on the forefront speaking up about it, and beyond Pride Month. So that was one of the things that I always spoke up on. And I'm glad that she did that, that she invited us to perform, and some girls with her music videos, and, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you did that. You got the best gig, in my opinion. Opening for the huge crowd, that seems like it was fun.
It was fun because when I went to Brazil, she was like kind of gagged. I had more gifts. I took home more gifts from the fans. Like, she did a meet and greet. I wasn't even a part of her meet and greet. And the fans were giving me gifts. And she was like, what is this going on? She was like, you got more stuff than I got. They're really here for you. And I was like,
Look at her.
RuPaul.
Mother herself.
Where's the lunch? Y'all got lunch for us today?
The Tic Tac lunch? No, we got a RuPaul style lunch with Tic Tac.
I'm trying to divert from our actual conversation. You got lunch? Let me tell you, I love RuPaul. I know RuPaul is like in the limelight of getting a lot of heat right now because RuPaul has not spoken up about Black Lives Matter and have in the past wore a Confederate flag, like blackface. I think drag for RuPaul is just fun, and she don't want to take it too seriously. And I've gotten into it with a lot of people about this because, people be like, y'all Drag Race girls need to let go of y'all World of Wonder check and read RuPaul the Fifth. And when have World of Wonder sent me a check? Because I filmed 2 years ago, and we get paid by the episode. I ain't on no more episodes, bitch. So first off, and B, RuPaul is a black man himself, so you can't tell him how to speak up or out because we don't know the racism or the flaws that he experienced himself. Now, granted, he can make things better, and I do speak up on this. RuPaul could have made it a lot better and a lot easier for girls of color who have come through because RuPaul have seen us go through hell over the last 13 years. Look at Tyra Sanchez. What's happened to her is it's ridiculous. And it pains my heart. And I think at this moment, the only person that can fix that is RuPaul. Because we've had, like, RuPaul, Tyra don't do drag anymore. Like, you made her hate the drag. When Tyra was doing Drag Race, Tyra was a newcomer eating up pageants and came on Drag Race and ate that competition up. There's no denying that she won the competition. But I feel like RuPaul could say something, and I'm encouraging him and challenge him to say something, not to the effect of racism, but more of that shoulder and that support for all these queens of color that has gone throughout these years. Because you can do more in that sense, but I can't tell you how to because you are a black person, and to get RuPaul's Drag Race instead of any other person it could have been any other white person Drag Race, but it was RuPaul's Drag Race. We don't know what type of fights RuPaul went through. We don't know what kind of fights with arguments with the producers he could have gone through. I don't know any of that, so I can't speak for him as a black man because RuPaul is essentially a black man that deals with his very own racism. But I can tell you right now is the time that your sisters, your daughters, your mothers, your people that look up to you need you for comfort. It's not even for racism right now. We need you for comfort. And that's something only you can do.
Look at her. The winner.
Yvie Oddly.
Yvie Oddly.
There's a few things I want to say about her. I love Yvie to this day. To clear up everything, because people just think they seen the show. This show was 2 years ago.
Right.
Me and Yvie fought on the show, but literally the next day when we was riding home, me and Yvie, it was like 9:30 in the morning. We was at the airport. Me and Yvie went to have cocktails at a bar. And we sat down and hashed out everything over tequila shots. And we hashed out everything. And it was just really a misunderstanding from being tired between us. And, you know, we both was trying to show our art and wanted the other to see. And it was just a whole bunch of different things. But it's one thing that I have to address, because like with the fandom, everybody said that I was mean for not talking to her, like when she was speaking to me. And I just want to say to everybody, when you don't fuck with somebody, you don't fuck with them. And I was in a competition, and I didn't fuck with her. So a lot of you are out there being fake and phony, and you say you forgiving people, but you really don't, and you hold a grudge towards them. Why was I supposed to do that? For TV? Why was I supposed to, like, you know, because everybody say you was mean to Yvie. I was like, when was I mean to her? She read the dog shit out of me. You don't get the opportunity to go off of me and then say you apologize, and I'm supposed to, like, we're in a competition setting. And so when I didn't fuck with her on the TV show, she was trying to give me that apology. I didn't even have to acknowledge her, because in my mind, like, to win this competition, I need you to be over there. So don't talk to me, don't speak to me. I ain't got to acknowledge you. If we got to work together, we'll work together. But that's what my thinking was and my thought process was. Nothing about me is fake and phony. And, you know, a lot of people talking about I was wrong for that, but how was I supposed to be wrong for not speaking to her when she read the dog shit out of me?